All right, folks, good Wednesday morning. Welcome to our weekly options brief. Got my Bart shirt on, sell naked puts. Got out of yoga, saw what the futures did. I immediately knew what the CPI numbers were. Where are you guys? And I mean this like incredibly in an awesome way. Like especially in the Max Afterburner group and the hunters right now. You guys really need to sit down and get centered. I told you this was going to happen. As we get closer to the election, that this was going to happen. Inflation's coming. It's 8.5. It's coming down. I'm going to write Jean-Claude Van Damme's press conference today, hours before she gets up to speak. Inflation's coming down. The Inflation Reduction Act is already working. Gas prices are coming down. Joe Biden is stringing together legislative victories. Donald Trump's going to be indicted. This country is doing great. For all of you who don't accept any of that, you're going to go broke. Stop. If you can't trade the market you have, don't. I'm warning you. You're talking to Forrest Gump of trading. I've been there. I was there. 2008, folks, in the CBOT and the CBO. I was at ground zero in the financial crisis. All of my shows on the Options News Network that I hosted warned this in 2008. If the Fed jumps in right now and the U.S. government to save capitalism, it's over with. This experiment called capitalism and free markets is done. I was right, and I am right. I told you when Jerome Powell, again the Fed, at the bottom of the COVID mess, that Thursday morning, sitting here, 6 million weekly people unemployed. Holy shit. Getting ready to hit enter on the most bearish trade of my life. Jerome Powell drops the biggest financial nuke known to humans. In billions of years of cosmic space dust, maybe on another parallel universe it also happened, so I have to take that back. I got bullish in the blink of an eye, didn't we? We made millionaires on the way down, we made millionaires on the way up. People like Jeffrey Gundlach on the way back up said what? April 27th, Susie's birthday. We're going to go retest the March lows. You're wrong. We keep going higher, said Whiz. Stop it, folks. 8.5% inflation. We're all burning to death. Yeah, we are. Nobody cares. The written word from the Fed that Jerome Powell reads says he cares. He doesn't give a fuck, folks. Stop it. The more you hate this rally, it's Lord Palpatine. The more you hate and get angry that the market's going up on bullshit, the higher it's going to go up. I guarantee you. If this is frustrating to you, stop it. Folks, I get it. I'm the dude that threw out most of my books off of that bookshelf, folks. Trade the market you have, not the one you want. Did you not see the headline? U.S. inflation eased slightly to 8.5%. For the love of God and all things holy, 8.5% inflation. It's easing. Between us, ladies, I'm going to tell you that had inflation like even gone higher than the 9.1, there's no way on God's green earth Jerome Powell was going to raise like a full point or do an emergency rate meeting. Here we go right now. Lower than expected inflation data. What it means for the Fed. I don't care what it means for the Fed. Here's what the market's going to tell the Fed, and here's what the Fed's going to do. I don't care that the lieutenants have been running around going, you're not listening to us. We're still raising. We know you're still raising rates. But if we go ape shit and this market implodes, you're going to stop and you're going to cut rates. So, folks, I'm telling you, I feel bad for a lot of you people. Not in a derogatory way. I'm just like, dude, get the lobotomy. What are you not understanding? Write this down on one of your trading cards and put it on your lamp, on your desktop right here. Put it on a sticky. The market is not the economy. People are burning to death from inflation. Nobody gives a shit in government. This is news to you? I told you, and I listened to it last night. And of course I got to refresh my page. What did I tell you a month and a half ago? I used what word that I hate people who use that word. I don't hate anybody. Take that back, Edward Matthew. Sorry. What that I just can't stand. How about that when people say, thank you, Ted. Ted heard me. What did I say a month and a half ago? Right around here. I said the N word, but it ends in E. Nibble. I said, folks, even if this ain't the bottom, the only people who call bottoms are me in the COVID crash, but dudes at cocktail parties that are drunk. Yeah, I knew that was the bottom. We did. I didn't. On this one, I was pretty damn close. Didn't get it to the day. I said what? Looking at a boat, looking at a condo, maybe another L39. I said, I'd probably put 150 grand in Amazon right now. If I had done that, I'd have probably 300 grand, but I didn't. Anyway, I told you to start nibbling back here. Didn't tell you at all to nibble on any of this stuff, did I? I said, don't nibble. Sell the ribs, don't buy the dips. And here's where I use the N word, nibble. Amazon's up 50% since I said I should get into Amazon. Doesn't matter, I didn't. That's me debriefing myself. Here's what I'm getting to you all. If you don't accept the market that we're not going to be in, that we're sitting in right now, present, stop trading. I'm not kidding. This is very frustrating for a lot of you, and it shouldn't be. If you're frustrated, you're living in the future. If you're sad, you're living in the past. Right? If you're anxious or frustrated or antsy, you're living in the future. I guarantee you. But everything's shitty. Underneath, the market is not the economy sticker, post it, whatever you use. What do you have to put? There's a couple wizisms that we could throw out right now. The market can remain irrational longer than you can stay solvent. Or actually, you can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So, yeah, exactly, John. Trust me. I'm sure YouTube will listen to my stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, unfornicate your thinking. Like today, stop it. There is it's funny because every time on the way up, remember those Jerome Powell memes like F your puts? It would have a picture of Jerome Powell like saying F your puts. In Powell we trust. And then this 20% bear market year to date, he's like, you know what? That's kind of enough. We ain't doing a full point increase or anything like that. I'm gonna baby walk, slow step these rate increases so I don't crash the market. I mean, I even baby stepped what I wanted to do and the market crashed. So it's incredible that people just reading comments that people are like, oh my God, we're still burning to death. They're going to do something about it. No, they're not. No, they're not. So, Tony, it's a great point. So let's debrief this. Tony brings up a good point. Well, you briefed us for over a month on how bad things were. Tony, I'm going to disagree with you. I briefed you for a year and a half. Tony, right? It's just in January, literally like crossing the border from my medicine. Since we didn't have our phones, I turned on my phone. Amazon's down from 3,500 to 20. I'm like, so we go to Mexico and the market crashes. I warned you that Joe Biden's sophomore year would be four things: a shit show, train wreck, recession, bear market. I got all of them right, and now the recession one's wrong because they changed the definition. So, Tony, I've been telling you longer than a month and a half. So Tony said it's hard to be bullish after 1 week of a change in tone. I believed you for that month. It's just taking time to switch the mindset. Tony, I appreciate all of this. When did I, and I'm the guy that says what? I got Colin Powell's book right there. Colin Powell says, never get so close to your strategic position that when presented with new intel, you don't change it. I've also told you that General Bernard Montgomery, a bridge too far, when he heard first contact with the enemy, he went to bed. Since his plan, it's like, well, now we just got to let it fight. So what happened and shameless plug to be in the Hunters and Max Afterburner, our investing clubs, because it flipped like that. It flipped like that. It flipped, Tony, to you and to everybody. When? In his press conference, folks. That's when I personally made my official done rally cap flag on. And we've not stopped in the 3 weeks since I said I'm officially done. Told you to start nibbling at that bottom. And then right here, I'm like, that's it, guys, done. You can do whatever you want. Rally flag, it is raised high and I'm saluting it. But, no buts. I get you. I was telling you how long it's shitty. Jerome Powell does not care how shitty it is. Democrats don't care how shitty it is. Gordon Gekko, Whiz cares how shitty it is. Gordon Gekko, I don't give a fuck how shitty it is. Jerome Powell is not going to let this market go down. If you didn't listen to that press conference and listen to him, you got problems. The Fed chief actually used the words taper tantrum, and he doesn't want one of those. So if you listened to that and said, haha, I don't believe him, he's going to do his job and keep cranking up interest rates and watch the market burn. You're a fool. And I'm being nice when I use that word. Stop it. This is a little bit of a come to Jesus for you, because when I get out of yoga and I'm like, look at the CPI, I guarantee them, and there's the futures up. Nailed it. People hating on this. Stop with the hate. Accept and just be. Be the market. Be the ball, Danny. See the ball. Be the ball. Exactly, Mark. So, exactly. And Karen, yeah, bipolar. So the market can change on the. We saw it, ladies and gentlemen. What was it? March? What was the day? I know January 22nd because Trump and Davos. Done. Get out. Get bearish. Buy puts on the S&P 500. Get long volatility. Millionaire, millionaire, millionaire. Month and a half later, Thursday morning, weekly jobless claims. I was ready to sell the wife, kids, mortgage the house, and get even more bearish. And I didn't. In the blink of an eye, folks, I went from we're all going to die to we're all going to live and it's going to be awesome. And it happened 3-4 weeks ago, whenever it was, with the Fed's press conference. So, Tony, I feel your pain, man, but this ain't my first rodeo. This is why you all are here. You're getting my experience from being the dude in 2008 going, don't do this Fed, don't do this George Bush, don't do this Paulson. We're going to do this. We're going to save Wall Street. Me with my mala beads and my drug rug could go sit with the Occupy Wall Street people now, and I'd agree with them. How dare you? Just like the bullshit of bailing out the airlines. Fuck you, Wall Street and airlines. What about the small business owners? So, Guys, it's up to you. It's up to you. Edward, why did you do the VIX trade yesterday? Go watch the replay from yesterday. If you didn't get into the VIX trade yesterday, I would buy it today with both hands because the VIX is down 6%. Not going to redo what I did with the VIX. That's why we have replays. Go watch it. I would absolutely, Edward, even though I'm frothing at the mouth right now about the market's just going to keep going up, I would be a fool, an idiot not to throw some hedges underneath that. Then I will answer Edward's question because we're going to get into a strategic brief right now after my come to Jesus. Why? Ukraine. Ukraine attacked a big Russian naval base in Crimea and blew it to fuck. Iran getting a nuclear weapon. Israel, we're going to blow Iran up. China, we're just going to invade Taiwan. 23 million people, we're going to fight it out. The world is an incredibly dangerous place right now. And Edward, to answer your question even more, the market only cares when it cares. I just rambled through that. What if we decide one day the market wakes up and goes, holy shit, we care about this? If we get a new press conference, Edward, where Jerome Powell actually gets up, reads his bullshit prepared remarks and goes, you know what? People are burning to death from inflation. We're really going to have to crank, folks. And, I'm sorry, but he'd have to use the word taper tantrum again, but in the other direction, like, not going to care if the market goes down. I got to do my job. Then all bets are off. We implode. So, Edward, I put on that VIX trade if any one of those things come to fruition. This is what we do as a fighter pilot. This is what we do as an options trader. You get in front of your whiteboard and you go, all right, we're awesome. We rock. Now let's assume we don't. Let's contingency plan before we walk out the door and go to our jet. How are we going to get killed today? And let's figure out how not to get killed. So that's, Edward, why we bought calls on the VIX. The best thing to do, Edward, right now is on one of your cards, this is a hold your nose rally. You can hate it all you want. Hold your nose then. We called them hold your nose rallies. Hold your nose rally. Slick, I'd add to the VIX today. With a VIX slam today on this pop, because remember, folks, the market, a lot of participants. I actually haven't been on one of my mastermind calls in a while because they were all kind of bitching like a lot of our folks. I'm like, dude, I can't take the negative energy. Trade the market you have. And they're like, oh yeah, good point. No, it should be doing this. No, it shouldn't. It's doing this. No amount of you bitching, complaining, and trying to squeeze your fist really hard is going to make the chart go in the opposite direction. Now, if a couple big players, and I'm talking about like massive players, a Ken Griffin, whoever, just starts saying, you know what, enough of this, we're all bailing out. Then all bets are off. But folks, this is why you're here. This is why you're an options trader. This is why, as a fighter pilot, I don't have a stick model. You can redefine the fight in the blink of an eye. When you are in a dogfight with another aircraft, you are only one of three things at any one time. You're either winning, neutral, or losing. If you're winning in a dogfight, what are you doing? Kill the guy and get out of here. You're burning gas, and he or she has a wingman that's going to kill you. If you're winning, win, leave. If you're neutral or losing, you have to radically redefine what you're doing. Stop. So right now, folks, I'm winning. I've been winning for 2 months. I've been crushing it on sniper trades, like 12 grand or whatever. I had one loser yesterday and then a nice iron condor for a net of about 3 grand or 3,600 bucks. I forget. Lost 1,600 on one, made like 55, whatever it was on the iron condor. I'm having a blast. Winning, neutral, or losing. If you're neutral or losing, you feel like you're losing, you have to radically redefine the fight. You got it, Paul. When John F. Kennedy quote, the best time to fix the roof is when it's sunny out. The best time to buy VIX is today. A 500-point rally in the market, Now, this should fade a little bit. The SPX is starting to fade here. I'd look at a bull put spread right now on SPX. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes. But that's way too long, but I really had to do this, man. Driving back from yoga, reading all the comments in the Max Afterburner and the Hunters, I'm like, my God, folks. But hey, let me finish this all with this sentence. I'm your intelligence briefer, and I sign for my own portfolio and my wife's portfolio, and I trade my own money, and that's me. You are the pilot in command of your portfolio. You sitting here can go, I don't agree with a word you just said. Then get bearish with both hands. Buy puts on the S&P 500. Get long the VIX. Get short Amazon. Get short Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. They've had monster runs, so yeah, get short. It's up to you, guys. I'm a briefer. I don't give investment advice. I'm not a registered investment advisor or broker dealer. You're getting an eavesdrop on what I'm doing. What you do on your side of the computer is between you and your bunny slippers and your cup of coffee. Take my intelligence brief and throw it in the shitter. It's up to you. But I'm just trying to help some of you out because for the past month and a half, this whole way up, people, I admit, I didn't time the bottom perfectly. I used the N word. Told you to nibble. I said Amazon and nibble down here. I didn't. I just did sniper shots this whole time. And guess where we are, folks? Almost in between a moving average again. We hit this with airspeed, went through it, came back to it. We hit this one with airspeed, went through it, chopped around. Now we're in between no man's land. Maybe we fade back to kind of consolidate around the 100. But folks, next stop, 200-day moving average, man. Okay. We had a MACD crossing down, and we talked about this. Remember back in the day? I'm like, looking might have a little cross. This thing has been open like you read about for a month and a half. We had a MACD crossing down here, folks. I talked about this back then. It's a little bit of a lag, 3 days before you get the physical cross and the market's already moving, right? So, but still, put that in your cockpit scan of instruments right now. Okay. Cheating, I like the way you think. Cheating's like, hey man, Black Swan seems like the only thing that's going to bring this market down. I will agree with you, Cheating. That's why we're in a strategic, operational and tactical brief. A Russian airbase. When did they take over Crimea? 2014. They've owned Crimea for 8 years. It's Russia. It's Ukraine. I get it. It's Russia. They consider it Russia. Did you see what happened at this military base? It got destroyed. Airplanes. What did Russia say? Ammo dumps. Accidentally, dude dropped a hand. Of course, Ukraine didn't do it. Did you see this? You see the videos? People, this is a resort on what was it, the Black Sea or what? Yeah, Black Sea Fleet headquarters. People are like sitting there playing on the beach. Is boom, boom, boom. This airbase gets destroyed. What did Ukraine say? Wow, they need to be more careful with how they handle their ordnance. And so both sides admit that Ukraine didn't do it. Why? Because Ukraine doesn't want to see as if they're going on the offensive. We're attacking Russian territory. It's Ukraine. And what did Zelensky say yesterday in his speech? We're taking Crimea back. It's not Russian. Okay. Dude, knock yourself out. I can't wait to deal with one of the new 87,000 IRS agents when I claim Ukraine as a dependent on my taxes. Just shoveling weapons, zero accountability. We demand you have a background check, Whiz, as a veteran for your firearm, but we're going to airdrop a shit ton of weapons into Ukraine. Who's getting them? Did you see the report that CBS did the other day that they actually took offline because Ukraine complained about it? A dude they interviewed is like, yeah, about 30% of what shows up at our doorstep makes it to the front line. Oh, Ukraine bitched about it and CBS News took it down. In other news, I told you, ladies and gentlemen, Trump would be indicted. I told you this a year and a half ago. What did some of you yell at me about? What's he going to be indicted for? He did. I'm like, nothing is what he's going to be indicted for. A famous New York prosecutor said what? I can indict a ham sandwich. That's an exact quote. Google that quote. I forget the guy's name. New York Attorney General or something. He's like, I can indict a ham sandwich. They're going to indict him for a ham sandwich. I warned you this was going to happen. But the judge who signed off on this is an Obama supporter. He's donated money to Obama, and he represented Jeffrey Epstein Associates. They will use the date January 6th. We will use the date 8/8. 8/8 was the day this republic ended. The same day that they told you that we got 87,000 new IRS. Did you see Jean-Claude Van Damme last night? Not one new audit for anybody who makes over or under 400 grand. If you like your doctor, you can keep them. If you take the vax, you can't get infected. We're not going to audit anybody who makes a. If you're in this webinar and you're one of the 81 alleged people who voted for this, I hope you enjoy your audit. If you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about. Oh, so we can bring back stop and frisk in New York City to reduce crime. How dare you? Well, if you're not doing anything wrong, I should be allowed to frisk you. Oh, if you're paying your taxes properly, which is like physically impossible. Oh, yeah, Gary, a couple years ago, remember when they got like 1 billion rounds in ammo and 4,000 weapons? Yeah, so the IRS has like more weapons than most state national guards. The IRS, the Gestapo of this government, folks. Doesn't matter how bad it is, it's going up. 2 days in a row of Whiz rants, totally worth the admission. Thank you, man. We laughed about this the other day. Apple's demanding everybody in Taiwan starts putting made in China on their labels. Nice job, Nancy. I came here for a photo op with my son, Fredo, who doesn't do anything. He's like Hunter Biden without the crack. Nice job, Nancy. We laughed about this. The media, I told you this is happening, man. Every day between now and the election, you put on the news, it's going to be inflation's going down, gasoline's going down, the job market is strong, Donald Trump's indicted, the Inflation Reduction Act is working. They can do this, folks, because 81 million of us are fucking stupid. So they think, well, we already got that 81 million, let's get some more stupid people. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm not ready to make this a formal prediction and go on record, but I'm going to give you a little bit of sausage making right now. I'm getting very close. This is not a formal announcement. I will say formal announcement and then proceed with the sentence. So I'm not going to say that and then proceed with the sentence. I'm just going to proceed with the sentence. Here's the sentence. Donald Trump will win the presidency. That's not formal because I didn't say in the right order. He actually, this stupid, did you see? First of all, Mitch McConnell's a dick. He hasn't even said anything about this yet. Andrew Cuomo comes out yesterday like, this better not be just for docs or we're done. We're screwed. The smart Democrats are like, oh, for the love of God. Just like they said, well, look at Kansas. All the anti-abortion people finally caught the car. It's the dog chasing the car. They caught it. Now look at them. They don't know what to do. Them doing this to Trump is Democrats catching the car. Wanting to see that guy, a raid on his private home and him in handcuffs only makes him stronger. People like me who can't stand Donald Trump. Now I'm going to have to vote for the guy. Can't stand the guy. I think Democrats, the Department of Justice, it's an independent. Shut the fuck up. Nobody is above the law, said Nancy Pelosi yesterday, except you and your husband who do insider trading, Swallowwell, who sleeps with Fang Fang, Hillary Clinton. Here's a federal subpoena for all of these things. Yeah, I've destroyed all of those things. Okay, that's fine. You're Hillary Clinton. And then a fucking crack addict who has all his crack exploits on the laptop and also the dealings that his dad has done with China, which is illegal. You're an unregistered foreign agent. Remember General Flynn? Ladies and gentlemen, it is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Darth Vader just struck him down, and he's going to be even more powerful, and I hate the fact that that's going to happen. But for folks, for years and years and years, they've been digging into his shit and haven't found a thing. 19 angry Democrats and an idiot former Marine. You can't call him an idiot. I know a lot of Marines who are idiots. Well, Bob Mueller was a Marine. I've served well, you're a dick and okay. So you foist people up as Democrats and liberals when you need them from the military, and then you shit can on everybody else. John McCain, prisoner of war, naval aviator, refused being released early. John McCain's a Hitler racist and a homophobe. Well, I hate Trump now. We love John McCain. The hypocrisy stinks to high heaven. So, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, Buttercup, because here comes Trump. Well, if he's indicted, he can't run for president. It says that right here. You're an idiot. The only document on the face of this fucking planet that lays out the qualifications or disqualifications to run for president is what? The United States Constitution. But years later, Congress said if you do a couple of these things, you're ineligible to run for president. Fucking wrong. You can't change the Constitution through congressional statute. I actually am using my political science degree from Jacksonville University right now. Suck on that, Democrats. The only thing, according to the Constitution, that makes you ineligible for running for president again is what? Oh, a conviction through impeachment. Now you know why they went after him twice. So all the idiots on Twitter today going, oh, he's indicted, he won't be able to run for president, you're wrong. So now this sets up an even bigger court case. We're suing because you can't run for president. Actually, it says I can in the Constitution. I'll see it to Supreme Court. And now you're going to get 6 Republicans or conservative justices say that Trump can run for president, and 3 of them who say that he can't. The 3 females. Welcome to the fall, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on this like white on rice. This is all happening. When? Now, in the present. A lot of people are stupid and have no idea how the declassification system works in the United States of America. The ultimate classification authority in the United States is who? It's the president. If 1 second before Donald Trump's presidency expired, he wrote on a fucking cocktail napkin, I hereby unclassify all this shit that's right here. It's unclassified. You can't go today and say, all that shit's classified again. No. You might not agree with it, ladies and gentlemen, but the ultimate classification and declassification authority is the president. If he's like, wow, all that shit's top secret, yeah, I'm having a press conference. Blah. As soon as he says blah, it ain't fucking top secret anymore. I would love if Donald Trump had like a note in his safe that said, all the shit that I have is unclassified and dated January whatever, 20th at 11:59 a.m. So the fact that these jackbooted, disgraced FBI agents busted in to go after records, you usually do that with a subpoena. They've been meeting. The attorneys, well, we want this stuff back. All right, well, we'll think about it. Yeah, you should get that stuff back. Here's 15 boxes. Nope, raid. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to blow up in their face. What'd I tell you? 41.75. Should have put on a bull put spread. There's your bottom. Tech stocks are back in the market's driver's seat. Scott, you ready? I'm starting to post all the sit reps on Maverick Options on the Instagram. So you're right. This one is a good one, and I'm going to post this one on Maverick Options. Please go there and share it with the world. Goose, it's exactly what they do. People forget that what? Obama had a fight with the National Archives, right? When the president leaves, I think they actually want it. Like Trump has the letter from Obama. Like, you know, they leave each other a letter, like, and put it in the desk. Like, hey, man, congrats. It sucks, but good luck. Trump took that, alleged, and I think Obama took his, and the National Archives are like, that's history and that's ours. The dude wrote that to me. So they get into this little stupid food fight about what's legal and not. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, that Sandy Berger, a guy who I had briefed when he was the National Security Advisor, went to the National Archives and looked at a bunch of 9/11 shit. And you know what he did? He ripped it all out and put it in his shoes and stole it. Misdemeanor, put on probation for 2 years. You don't do this, folks. You don't do this to a former president. Raid his house. I'm telling you, all the people in the middle like me going, you stupid Democrats. This was the worst possible thing you could have done because now I got to go back. I don't want to go back. I feel like Michael Corleone in Godfather 3. I hate that. I dislike that movie. Every time I'm out, they pull me back in. I don't support the guy. I support Donald Trump's policies. And if they're going to go full brown shirt and raid this guy and keep going after him, now I got to support the guy, which sucks. Tech stocks are back in the market's driver's seat. Behind the shift are expectations that inflation will eventually fall, Wall Street Journal. Didn't you see the print this morning? It came in. Thank God I was in yoga, man, so I didn't have to watch all the Rose Garden or the White House people going, we told you inflation's coming down. The releases from the Strategic Oil Preserve, which last about 3 days, everything's working that we did, folks. The sub-headline, print this one out and put it on your trading journal. Behind the shift in expectations, it is falling, folks. It's falling. It's 8.5, Whiz. Shut up. Mark. And the Fed will pare back the pace of interest rate increases. If I had like a tech or a video guy, I would put Donald Sutherland from Animal House in here right now. I don't care that all the Fed lieutenants turned into teachers. Like, I need papers from some of you. I'm not kidding. This is my job. We're still raising rates, folks. Stop market going up. We heard you. We heard you, Lieutenant. You're a moron. Did you not hear the skipper? He said there ain't going to be no taper tantrum. We are going higher. Tech stocks are rip your face off rally, baby. When in doubt, run to Ma. I told you back here when I said I'm thinking about loading up on Amazon 6 figures and I didn't. I wrote this out here, baby. I said, get long Ma. Everybody take a look at what, since we said, nibble, since we said the N-word back here, if you had invested in Ma, you'd be rich right now. I didn't. I've been doing sniper shots here. Now I'm getting ready to buy with both hands. But what if it comes back down? What if it does? It's not going to crash. We predicted a crash this year, and it's happened. It's in the past. Be in the present. Everybody give me a vertical head nod that you're on board. Now, I get it, man. Let it digest. a lot of you need to let it digest. I don't. I'm experienced enough that when I hear, dude, it's a dog whistle to me. When I see shit, I ain't Neo in the Matrix, but folks, this isn't hard. Listen, just listen to the dude. We don't want another taper tantrum. Okay, great. Market's going to go back up. Lori, good question. What about after the midterms? So rip your face off rally going into the midterms, and then what happens after the midterms in November? Santa Claus rally. I'm not into like making year-end SPX predictions. Maybe I'll start. $4,800. What time was it? 10:40 in the morning, August 10th. What? You heard me. Barring everything I just said at the beginning in our strategic brief: Russia, Ukraine, Iran, China. There's 4 big get me out of jail free cards. Barring one of those big 4 things, shit, I should have done an SPX bull put spread. 41.75, folks, was the turn. You needed to put on a bull put spread right there. I had a 41.65 on earlier down here, and it ran away from me. Hey, that, Mark, I like the way you think, man. S&P is going, we'll be at 4,200 sometime today. So good. See, Tamara listens. Tamara knows when I look over here at my other screen and my other account, and I'm like, shit, I should be doing that right now, but I'm going to keep teaching. Listen to those. David, Fred Sanford is alive and well, man. He had a stroke this year. In January, Fred Sanford didn't have the big one. He had a mild stroke, and he's fully recovered. He and Lamont are out picking up junk today. That's even better. Tamara knows the turn points here. All right. So, shit. You know what? I was going to put that on, and I hate saying things like that, but I like getting on tape because I did say something like that. But right now, I think we're going to, what's today's at the money straddle? 41.95. What's that? $20. $21 straddle right now. Wow. That's pretty wide. Look at me, $21 straddle. I am on fire today. This is what meditating in the morning and going to yoga gets you, and not yelling and bitching about hot CPI. I'm happy, man. I'm freaking couldn't be happier. I love this. John, that's a microdose too, man. Get a little subperceptual dose of psilocybin. Forget about it. I think we're going to get on a horse and go up to like 42.25, man. We're going to hit 4,200 with airspeed here. But I sound angry? Jeez. Mara, that might be on you. I feel fantastic. I'm not angry. I am present. I am happy. I could not be happier. If I sound angry, I apologize. The only anger that I have is that people aren't listening to the brief, right? I get that it might take a little while to change, but this is why you're here. You're here to learn. I'm here to be your instructor. When I tell you, when I sat here live not tweeting, this is why you need to be in the Hunters or the Max Afterburner group, folks, because when he was doing his press conference, I'm like, done, that's it, bullish, rally flag, changed. I changed on the drop of a dime. I get frustrated. It's not anger. I don't have anger towards anybody anymore. Trust me. That dude died. I get frustrated when I'm trying to help people see and they don't want to see. Thank you, Michael. That's what I would call it. Passionate. I am very passionate about this, folks. I'm telling you, being the Forrest Gump of finance, that just hit me. It really is. I've kind of weaved through, whether it was 9/11, flying trying to fly for American Airlines in the market, and then being in the board of trade. We've been kind of you. There's been a handful of you that are like, I remember you from the Options News Network. I love doing this. I love helping people. I love getting emails, texts, whatever going, dude. I appreciate it. I love the positive views and the vibes. Because I'm doing this, right? If I didn't have you all, I'd be doing this on my own right now, and then I'd go to the beach or do whatever else. I'm supposed to go to the hangar in a little bit. I got a call about No Fallen Heroes. So I love sharing what I'm doing with you all. This is what Top Gun Options is all about. Okay, so I'm not going to take a sniper shot right now, and I wanted to go for half an hour, but this has been an epic rant. But I'm going to. I don't know what you mean by, but I'm going to. Oh, really? Creeps me out when electronic devices just kind of. I'll send out a text because I'm not feeling a turn right now. I don't think we get a fade, to be honest with you guys. This is just, and remember, in my trade plan discussion, what do I say in step 3, commit criteria, right? If your commit criteria changes, get out of a trade. On that slide, I've added the word momentum at the bottom in big red. And what do I mean by that? If your commit criteria are solid, 5 sentences that are really good and they're all still valid, but momentum has changed, eject. Meaning, I have 3 to 4 or 5 sentences that are solid and the trade's going against me. Why? Well, it's just freaking doing that. Get out. So add this to your trade plan on step 3. I think I've added it on one of the PDFs that says momentum nice and big with a question mark. Your commit criteria can be solid. That's what? Rational. Momentum can be irrational, even though it's not, because it's rational, because that's what it's doing. If it's doing something, it's not irrational. I'm talking about you flying your airplane. Well, shit, all my commit criteria is still valid, Whiz, but this thing is just zipping for no reason. Get out. Add momentum, because as I'm looking at SPX, like, maybe I'll step in. Nope. And look at the SPX. Thank you, John. Thank you for bitch slapping us into reality. That is comical. David, I love what you just said, my brother. David said, hey, all right, I might switch my strategic mindset to bullish, but I'm going to do what? I'm going to hedge that thing. What's the, you know what? I didn't even look at that today. And then I got to go, guys. Through this entire rant, I've been staring at could have placed 2 trades, and I didn't because I'm ranting. But I had to get this out of my system. I'm telling you, driving back from the yoga studio, 95 South, I can drive and read the group me for our Max Afterburner group. I'm like, guys, stop. I mean, I think it was Poncho's like, anybody going to fade this rally? And I'm like, no, I'm actually I was going to put a bull put spread on. Right? So the answer is no. Gary, thank God you went to yoga first. Exactly. So yeah, Ponch was like, anybody planning to fade the opening? I'm like, nope, I missed it. I was going to put a bull put spread on, and I expect the exact opposite of yesterday's market. What happened yesterday? We opened and went down and couldn't get above 41.25, could we? It was weird. It was a heart rate monitor all day. This one is doing the exact opposite. We opened up, went down to 41.75, and now we're going up the other direction. I think 41.75 is your support for today. Right? Goose has some good stuff here. Let's read Goose's. Some days it's harder not to trade than to trade. Exactly. 4,200 is a confluence level we could do. We could go to 4K or 4,300. I truly don't know. But like Whiz says, we are grinding up. Some days it's hard not to sell calls on your positions too. We're about to break 20 on the VIX. Anything below 20, cautionary. Exactly. But the Fed has put a place to put underneath the market. Whiz hit this pretty hard. I'm just not trading, but I'm long. There you go. I'm going to digest this market action. We were being suppressed a lot in the bear. I expect Biden will do whatever it takes to log victories into the election, including market manipulation. Yes. Yes. Good stuff. See, look, this was me. I was at a stoplight. Whoever complained about me distracted driving. It's funny being a fighter pilot and people like, you can't text and drive. Folks, you couldn't believe the 90 things I'd be doing like in the middle of a dogfight. Pretty sure I can do a lot of things while I drive. Just got out of yoga. Looks like a lot of you refuse to be present. I gave my little Om symbol with my Anjali Mudra hands. The more you hate what's going on, the higher the market is going to go. I guarantee you. I told you this is exactly what would happen going into the election. Gas prices would come down, inflation would come down, Biden is getting victories, Donald Trump's going to be indicted. So anyway, we good? You're welcome, Ryan. This is why I'm here, man. Christina, you read my script for tomorrow. We'll talk MindMed tomorrow in AR. Absolutely. Best rant ever. Holy shit, Mark. I am going to post this one. I'm mailing this one out. This one, 810 for the ages. 810 rant for the ages. Guys, you know I don't think I'm anything special, man. But the fact that I got this to be at ground zero in the financial crisis, trust me, I was at might have been at a firm where it's like, holy shit, do we get bailed? I mean, I was there at the. We were worried about liquidity. My God, man, I remember 2008. I was in the SIBO, going to the VIX pit, VIX at night, the insanity going on. I got through that. And I'm like, if the Fed can't do this, not everybody gets a trophy. Shit has to be able to fail. It can't. It has to. You cannot have light without darkness, folks. But how many times have I told you in the darkness in a psychedelic assisted therapy journey, the more light you put onto that darkness, the more you lean into it, the more you find out it ain't dark. Trust me, I've been there. So send this man to the communist Dems. I'm sure this one's going to be blacklisted for something, I guarantee you. Look at that. SPX just keeps going, baby. You can remain irrational longer than you can stay solvent. Get present, folks. Take the rest of the day to shift your mindset. Or not. Again, or not. Whiz, I listen to you. Don't agree. That's awesome. That's what makes a market. If you're sitting here going, dude, nope, we're heading down, man. We're going back down. Guess what's going to happen? If that happens, if one of the four bad strategic things happen or just whatever happens, fill in the blank, holy shit, what do you think I'm going to do? We're a Hornet pilot, folks. We're Viper drivers, Eagle drivers. We're options traders. Oh, shit. Winning, losing, neutral. Radically redefine the fight. All right, now we are going to go back down. Folks, we're not a massive hedge fund with long only. We have 100,000 shares of Apple. Holy shit, Apple's imploding. What do we do? Let's meet at 3 o'clock in the conference room to decide. We're options traders. We're single seat fighter pilots, and we can do what? Market is going to go down, out. We can make these calls, folks. I made it 4 weeks ago or whenever that Fed meeting was, done, bullish. We made it at the bottom of the COVID crash, done, bullish. January 22nd, 2020, accelerated retirement brief. Trump's lying to the world right now. Market's going to implode. I've done strategic changes and radically defined the fight in the blink of an eye. You can too. This is why you're here, to learn all of this stuff. You got it, Michael. That's exactly right, man. Put your feet on the displays and pull on the stick and redefine what you're doing right now. It's a good way to put it, Lou Dog. Reassessment and adaptation is the key to winning battles. I love it. Flexibility is the key to air power, but preparation is the key to flexibility. This is why we do these briefs, to get flexible. Dude, this is epic. We literally might end today like right in the middle of no man's land. I feel we should chop a little more around the 100, but look at this. Through the 50, not even chop. We got through it, down, and then bounced. This is chop. Maybe it already did its consolidation. So, oops, sorry about that. This is We went through the 50 with airspeed, bounced literally hard up to the 100. We got chop here. I think we already had our, hey, is this for real? This was the time I've given you. This is the king of all rants, but I've given you time during this chop to go, are you here? Now this might have been your consolidation at the 100, and now this might be go time. I don't know. I'm going to trade the market I have, not the one I want. So, all right, guys, epic. I love it. I feel good. I feel great. Everything's awesome. I'm breathing. I got a roof over my head. First day of school for Keely and Jack. Jack's a freaking senior. I cried this morning. Keely's a freshman. Oh, my Jesus, God. They get to have lunch together. There's like 3,000 kids at this school, so thank God. Jack's the captain of the hockey team. He's the master chief of his Navy junior ROTC unit. He's the cool kid, so I'm like, Keely, go sit with your brother. You're not allowed to sit. No, go hang out with your brother. Anybody looks at you, Jack's cleared to beat the shit out of him. Okay, guys. Michelle, I'm glad I got to see you live today as well. Tomorrow, AR, great stuff going on with psychedelics, folks. Got a little bit more updates about No Fallen Heroes yesterday. Good, all good stuff. It's all good. Everything's always good. Even when it's bad, it's good. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to get this rant posted on YouTube. Do me a favor, send this one out today. Send it out to your friends, actually. This is a good one. Hopefully it helped. I didn't mean to come across angry if it sounded angry or whatever. I'm passionate. Thank you, Michael. I'm very passionate about this, folks, because I like helping people. I like seeing lights come on. I could be wrong. Tomorrow, breaking news, blah, blah, blah happens. And in that brief, I'm going to tell you, hey, this is what's going on. But to Goose's point, if it ain't no shame, folks, in doing what? Putting your hands right under your buttocks, to quote Forrest, and hang. Let me finish with this. What's a position? Cash. Cash is a position. If you want to hang and kind of get your mind right, what's wrong with that, man? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you need a little bit more confirmation of, all right, is this thing for real? Hang. Whiz just gave you his 4,800 profit target, year-end S&P target, barring bad, obviously. If you still wait a little bit to kind of get on board, we got to pass 4,800. We're going to pass 4,800 eventually, folks. Markets go up over time. Despite the Democrats' best efforts to destroy this country, they're not. We will fumble forward in some shitty way, shape, and form, the divided states of America, but the market will go up over time. All right, guys, good stuff. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Namaste. And fights on. I will see you guys tomorrow. Whiz out.